Okay, this is the Revi Bikes Rebel 2. It's a folder and it is a 20-inch wheel, 48-volt system, but it's not fully a fat tire bike. So it's a little bit lighter. It has these cool QR codes on how to put the thing together, which is a nice touch, I think. So let's put this thing together and check it out. Okay, we've opened up the box. It's very nicely packaged. Got a little wood on here. That's a nice touch. Welds look good. All right, well, let's put this thing together. This was one of the easiest bikes to put together. It was well packaged. Some of the bikes use like a bazillion zip ties. This one only had 5 or 6 zip ties. And I found out a cool way to take off the zip ties without breaking the zip ties, which was fun. So free zip ties now. It's a folder, so all you have to do is unfold the bike, put in the seat, put in the handlebars, and put in the pedals, and that's it. It literally took 10 minutes to put together. They also give you all these add-ons, which they claim is worth $500, but it's probably worth $20, maybe 30 if you're being generous. So there is this bike lock, which anyone with a bolt cutter can get through in about 5 seconds, but it would stop someone from casually taking your bike who doesn't walk around with a bolt cutter, so there's that. Then there is this bicycle cleaning tool set. Just a bunch of brushes and mitts and stuff. I mean, kind of nice. I've never had a bicycle cleaning tool set and been able to clean my bike somehow for the past several decades, but this is nice. There is this phone holder. It is obviously made of plastic. I don't know that I would trust a very expensive phone. I had one of these. I bought them cheap off of Amazon, and it literally broke while my phone was attached to it, and I almost broke my phone. So I'm a little leery of these inexpensive phone holders, but there's that. They give you a toolkit, which honestly you don't need. As I said, this bike is the easiest bike I've ever had to put together. You'll need one wrench to put the pedal on, but other than that, the tools are not even necessary because the bike is basically already assembled, which is good. Then there is this bike pump. This thing looks like it would fall apart after about 10 uses, but unlike the previous one I got from a different bike, this one actually works. So you can actually pump up your bike with this thing. It does work as a bike pump, but it's not sturdy, and I would not expect it to last long. I think, honestly, they would be better off not giving you any of this stuff and dropping the price of the bicycle by like $20. The one thing that they do give you, which is useful, is the panniers in the back, the rear panniers, and we'll look at those. Okay, so here's the bike after we put it together. Again, it was very easy to put together. The only thing that we need to do was put this bike seat in. So that was it. You put this bike seat in, and then you had to put in this handlebar, which was also very easy to do. And then you just turn it in like that. Okay, so let's turn this on. In order to turn this on, there's a key. And what's really cool about this bike is you need to have the key in for it to work. So this locks it. If you want to turn it on, you push your key in, turn it to the on position, then come over here, and here's the on button. Turn this on, and here's the screen. And you see here it says class 3, so that's the fastest. You can change what class it is. If you want to change what class it is, what you do is you hold down this info button and give this a twist. And see, now it's class 1. Give this a twist. Now it's class 2. And then of course, everyone's gonna put it on class 3 because that's the fastest. Class 3. And then it just tells you how many watts you're putting out here and the speed here. And the top speed of this thing with pedal assist is 28 miles per hour. I checked it with my GPS watch, and that is an accurate thing. It has hydraulic brakes, which is really nice for this price point. And it has these kind of more comfortable handholds, But here's where they failed completely on this bike. Over here, there's a twist throttle, and this little bolt right here digs into the palms of your hand, and that was a terrible decision. So they should have either gone with a thumb throttle or not used one of these that has a bolt right here in the middle. This really cuts into your hand. It's pretty uncomfortable. You kind of have to wear gloves to ride this bike for anything longer than maybe 30 minutes. Now, if you're just doing short rides, that's not a problem. It also has this really wide seat, and I'm not used to these really wide seats, but as it turns out, not that uncomfortable. So that's not bad. This is something that they did really well, is this is a foldable pedal, and you can just fold it like this. But most of these foldable pedals have a ridge here, and when you put your foot on here, your foot sits on the ridge and slides around like crazy, and it's a terrible pedal. This one, the ridge is not high, and the little pegs actually hold your feet. So this is a comfortable pedal, so good job there. You come around to the front, you can see the headlights. This is actually a pretty bright headlight, brighter than the other ones that we've tried out. These are pretty simple forks. There's no lockout, no adjustment, but they work fine for me. I'm about 160 pounds. I think it's gonna be fine. I honestly wish they would just get rid of these suspension. I think it would save some weight and some cost. If you can put a front basket on here, I asked them to send me a front basket. They did not, so I can't comment on that. And then if you come over to this side, here is the locking mechanism for the handlebar to fold it. Here's the locking mechanism for the bike to fold it. And here's the standard Shimano derailleur system here. And what's really cool about this bike is they actually include these little foot pegs. And there's one on this side and one on the other side. And if you look up here, the rear rack has a little bamboo top on it, which is kind of a nice touch. And so someone can sit here and use those foot pegs, and there's actually a place you can hold underneath the seat, and it's relatively comfortable. Okay, now I'll show you how we can remove the battery. So there's a little lever here. You hold this, it'll flip this forward. Then you turn this, and then you pull this out. And so you can take this in, and you know, I guess what you could also do is you can, if this is heavy for you, it weighs about 60 some pounds, so it's pretty heavy. You could take this out. This weighs probably 10 pounds or so, and then it would make the bike a little bit easier to handle when you put it in there, when you put it in the trunk or something. So that is how you take it out, and again, that locks it in. Now you can't take it out, and again, requires the key to turn on. So if you go like this and leave it, you can't turn the thing on. You can still ride it as a bike, but you can't turn it on. Okay, now let's, here's the kickstand. Works nice. Most of the bikes you have to attach the kickstand, but this one you didn't have to attach the kickstand. Here's the peg on the other side. Okay, so let's fold it. Let's see how to fold this thing. We'll come over here. The first thing you do, first thing you do is move this locking, rotate this locking thing. So this locks it into place. This unlocks it. Then you pull this down. Then this folds over. And then we're gonna turn this, flip this over, and then we'll do the pedals, and then let's see if we can fold this thing. Oh, no. Oh yeah, we have to lift this up and then it folds. Okay, I'm gonna try to pick it up. Let's see how heavy this is. Not bad. You could maneuver it into a car. If you were much stronger than me, it'd be easier, obviously. But it's manageable. You can do it. Okay, so overall, this is a great bike. It's well designed. It's very easy to put together and performs pretty well. So one of the better bikes I've reviewed. and at the price point, I think they're currently selling for $8.99. I think it's a really good deal. So overall, I'll give it a thumbs up. Okay, I forgot a few other things. This is how you do it. This thing has turn signals, which is cool. See, if you go like this, turn signal that way, and then turn signal that way. So kind of cool. And here's the horn. It's pretty loud. And then you can turn on the light by pushing this once, the on-off button. And it dims the screen, which is a nice touch. And lastly, here are the saddlebags that come with the bike for free. These are actually pretty nice. So take this out. There's quite a bit of room in here. You could do a decent grocery run with this. And if you're using it to commute, you can definitely fit your laptop and other stuff in there. So the bike rides very smoothly. It has 3-inch tires, which I really like. 4-inch tires are the standard fat tire bike, but really that's not necessary. And with the 3-inch tires, there's plenty of cushioning, and there's no problem with the ride. The bike feels very solid, and there's no jitters or creakiness to it. Unfortunately, you can't see the screen, but I was checking the speed with my GPS watch, and it's very accurate. It says 28 miles per hour, and that's what you can get. The way this bike works is with the throttle only, you only get up to 20 miles per hour, but with the pedal, you can get up to 28 miles per hour. Of course, you can, if you want to pedal faster, you can go even faster than that. But it assists up to 28 miles per hour. Actually, probably up to 29, maybe even 30 miles per hour. It assists you a little bit, but the assist falls off after 28. You don't have to pedal hard. You can just kind of go through the motions of pedaling, and it gives you the assist. But you do have to pedal to access the full 28 miles per hour. And I think actually that's kind of a good thing. I almost wish they just got rid of the throttle on this bike. That would have obviated the issue with the peg digging into your palm on the grips. I'm wearing gloves. It's fine if you wear gloves. If you wear cycling gloves or just any gloves, it feels fine. But otherwise, it does tend to dig into your palm. And I wish they would have just gotten rid of the throttle, and it would have been fine. The throttle is not very useful because you can't access the full speed. Now, here's why people need to ride more bikes. I'm going to pass two schools, so 2 elementary schools on the way to work here. And you see the amount of traffic of people dropping off their kids at these schools. It causes tremendous traffic, and it's just a waste of time for the kids and for the parents and for the people that are not dropping off their kids. Most of these people live within a mile of this school. They could easily walk or bike to school and get rid of this whole traffic jam situation around the school. And it's a little dangerous for the other cars. People get impatient. And there are some kids walking to school, which is good for them. But all this congestion causes it to be more dangerous for the kids that are actually walking, and maybe a few are even biking. And then right here at the last minute, this Civic tries to take you out. He wanted to go, but anyways. So then we come up on the flats again, easily 28 miles per hour. On the uphill, it does pull up a 4 or 5% grade, no problem. But it'll go down to about 20, maybe 22 miles per hour. You can assist it, and it goes up to 28, no problem. All right, here's the second school, and there's the exact same situation. All these people who live less than a mile from the school have to drive these, 3, 4, 5, 6,000 pound vehicles to drop off their child at the school. So you're moving like 4,000, 5,000 pounds of steel to drop off a 60, 70 pound kid, and there's just all this backlog, and there's some kids trying to cross the crosswalk. There's all this cross traffic. It's just not a safe or good situation, and people wait in line for like 10 minutes to drop off their kids. They could have walked or biked to school in 10 minutes. And so anyways, the bike is great. I highly recommend this bike. I'll put a link below. there's a coupon code which is apt95, so use that. Thanks for watching, guys.